Alright, the unexpected just happened. The internet faced one of the most largest catastrophic outage, or in simple words, internet breakdown since the widespread CrowdStrike in July 2024.
AWS outage. How Amazon cloud outage affected the global internet.
How a tiny bug spiraled into a massive outage that took down the internet.
So how big was the outage? According to some reports, this outage might cost hundreds of billions of dollars for companies which got affected by this, as gigantic apps like McDonald's, DoorDash, Fortnite, Amazon, Apple TV, Pinterest, WhatsApp, Reddit, Snapchat, Adobe Clouds, including 1,000 plus other companies, all went down at once, as if the internet decided to take a holiday on behalf of itself, saying, I'm done with the AI sloppy content, I need a break now. And if you have horribly cursed your local internet service provider as you couldn't access your app, then he deserves an apology from your side, I guess. So this all started on Monday, 20th October 2025. Around midnight early morning US times, and in the morning across Europe, broke a large chunk of modern web for hours. Big app services, UK banks and many more faced huge downtime. Down Detector received almost 6.5 million users reports. The main reason behind all this chaos was malfunction in AWS US East 1. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. Let me make it more simple for you. You might have asked yourself one question once in your lifetime: who owns the internet? And if you Google this question, the answer that you get is no one owns the internet, or everyone owns the internet at one single time, like you and I do. But what is truly owned in the internet space by big corporate giants is data centers. Like Google almost owns 13% of cloud infrastructure, 20% is owned by Microsoft, but 30% of the cloud infrastructure, 1/3 of the cloud space is owned by Amazon, including over 300 plus data centers across the globe in 34 different regions. Which means if Amazon's AWS goes down, half of the world would face an internet deficiency. As the AWS US East 1 is one of the oldest and largest data centers located in Northern Virginia. So what was the root cause? The root cause was in DNS issue in the US East 1. But you may ask, what is DNS now? DNS stands for Domain Name System, which is also called the phone book of the internet, as it translates human readable domain names like google.com into machine readable IP addresses like 172.217.160.142. As majority of us, or there can be some exceptionals, but we do not type IP addresses in the URL bar, and we can't remember all the IP addresses at one single time at human level. The best example will be the way you're watching this video right now. It is also stored in a data center. So when you type www.youtube.com, that's the domain name. Your browser actually doesn't understand youtube.com. It needs the IP address of the YouTube server. So when Snapchat, McDonald's, WhatsApp, Reddit, Fortnite, Adobe Clouds with many other apps went to AWS for their database, DNS couldn't find the database, which led to this devastating scenario. But this shouldn't have been the issue, as one cloud region consists of multiple data centers. If one goes down, they have other data centers to compensate the problem. However, at 4:26 a.m., the AWS confirmed significant error rates for the DynamoDB endpoints in US East 1, which triggered cascading failures across many other AWS services. Though within few hours, AWS resolved all the issues at what cost. But the company should also be blamed equally for this, for having no redundancy whatsoever, as exclusively relying on one single base cloud region to cut down costs is not a good strategic way to run a business, I guess. And this also indicates how dependent we are on few companies to get access to our internet on regular basis. So next time if the internet goes dark, remember, it's not always the Wi-Fi or your local internet service provider. It just might be the entire web taking a nap. So next time have a check with Down Detector before getting totally pissed off. I hope this video made sense and I made the points quite clear. So until next time, hasta la vista, adios, and peace out.